Up next, I got to learn more about the hot new rock group from Baltimore, Black Angel Down. Let's take a look.
Sit back, relax. If there's anything we can do to make your flight a little more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask.
Welcome, Black Angel Down. If you guys would tell us a little bit about yourselves and names, where you're from.
I'm Kevin. I play bass in the band.
I'm Nokia, lead vocals.
Dan, drummer.
I'm Dave. I play guitar.
And you guys are local DC metro area. Where are you guys from?
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
All of you from Baltimore?
Mm-hmm.
Originally, or?
Born and raised.
Oh wow! So keeping it local.
From around this area, but
Yeah.
been there for over a decade.
And how long has the group been together?
It's been about, I say, 2 years now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've known each other forever, but, 2 years ago we decided that we were going to put the band together and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And whose idea was it? Was it kind of a group decision, or was there one guy that kind of went out scouting for everybody else?
I got a story about this. it was actually probably his idea, but he made me think it was my idea by doing a Jedi mind trick on me. It was like a 2-year setup, and I came back around to. He used to manage a band that I was in, and after a while of knowing each other and kind of talking music, I came back around to saying, "Man, we should do a rock band together." And it was kind of what he always wanted to do, and he's like, "Yeah, that's a great idea." But that's how it kind of happened.
I didn't feel comfortable managing the band and saying, okay, I want to be in the band too. It just seemed like at some point I wasn't going to be taken seriously. Not so much for the music, but it's like, okay, how you going to handle the business and be in the band at the same time? So.
Okay. And so you have a song called Wind. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that we're pushing right now. It's kind of, I feel like one of the more aggressive ones. It kind of gives an overall vibe of what I think we picture the band to be. A good representation, what the band is and the sound.
I believe in you. You believe into me. I've been afraid. Through all the bad times, there's got to be a better way. The sun burns my eyes till I can't see you anymore.
now go from Drew Hill to Black Angel? What's the, how does it feel? Is it hard to switch between the two, or is it kind of a natural thing for you?
No, it's not really hard. I mean, I guess like I've always kind of like been the rock star, in Drew Hill, and really it's no big difference in like as far as the actual music. I mean, it's two different genres, but it's all emotion, so it doesn't really take away from that. And then having done so many different things in this business, like I started out with Drew Hill. I went from Drew Hill to being a writer and producer to being executive and stuff like that. So I'm used to moving from place to place, being in front of people, and whether it's 5 people, 50 people, or 500 people, or 5,000, it's like by the time we're finished, even if people don't know the music, by the time we're finished, like, man, where can I get that? And I didn't know what to expect, and oh my God. So it's a great feeling.
So, do you think there's a lot of crossover in the fans?
The people that aren't necessarily fans of Drew Hill, just to hear the music and to get the same response, it's a great thing.
Right, yeah, I heard of Drew Hill, honestly, but I loved Black Angel Down, and then it was like, oh, okay, I went to listen to Drew Hill, and I'm like, I like that too. I love, the Black Angel Down, but definitely kind of got me going towards the Drew Hill, that type of music as well, which wasn't really something I was into before, but, little crossover there for me too, so.
Can jump a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I like to be pretty open, but sometimes you kind of get stuck in a box. It's nice to get kind of pushed outside of what you're comfortable with every once in a while.
We should take a moment and say hi to Ralphie, our guitar player, who's not here today. So
Oh, okay.
there's one other guy.
Hey, Ralph.
Rafi.
And Teo,
Yeah.
who is also in Drew Hill. He came in and helped do background arrangements on the album and sang background harmonies and stuff. And Frank for pushing us to put it all together.
So you're all from Baltimore. How do you feel about, what do you think the music industry, their idea of, their feelings towards the Baltimore music industry? It's not quite as out there as New York or even, places in the West Coast. Do you think Baltimore gets a kind of a bad rap, or is kind of under the radar? And
The thing about it is, like, Baltimore isn't, I guess, perceived like New York or LA as far as like having a music scene, but a lot of people come to Baltimore looking for talent, and I mean that's been going on for years.
I think also what helps out is the proximity that Baltimore has. That you're only 3 hours away from New York, a couple hours away from Philly, DC. It's you could centralize, locate yourself right there in Baltimore, and just we had a manager years ago that's like take a compass and draw like a 4-hour radius, with Baltimore being the center, and that's how you build up your following. And it's
A bunch of major cities.
Yeah.
In a circle. Yeah.
right, that's true. And how did the other members of, when the Drew Hill, the other band members, how did they feel about this? You starting up a rock group.
Like, we always support each other on whatever we're doing. So like I said, it's like never been like a negative thing. If anything, it's kind of like, all right, man, like, all right, when we gonna get to do something with the rock band?
Well, that's cool.
Didn't they actually sit in with you guys at the first gig? Didn't you guys do How Deep Is Your Love together?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
that's
they
our
joined
deal,
them
yeah.
on stage. It's
Yeah.
pre my time, but
Okay. And how long have you been with the group?
I don't know, what day is it? A couple months, I guess.
Okay. So you're the newest member?
Yeah, Ralphie and I kind of came on board when there's a need in the guitar department, so we fill the gap there.
Dave and Ralph both play guitar and brought a really amazing energy and kind of, swagger to the band that, got us all pumped up, and we've been killing it at shows ever since. Yeah.
People see the video and they go, oh, I thought the guy was a little taller, But I like to say the band got a little dirtier and a little uglier, so
Okay.
in a good way.
So you all, obviously you're a fan of R&B. Are you guys also? I mean, is that something you enjoy as well?
I grew up
More of a
listening to
rock?
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Ohio players. I love all that stuff. I don't think you have to love every style, but I feel it's important to respect all styles of music because, you know, it just helps you build who you are as a musician. You know, if you just constantly listen to one style of music, you know, you're not getting what music's about. Music to me is about expression, you know, emotions and capturing that feeling at that split second. So, but yeah.
Right.
It feels like this band's playing at a different level, just as a newcomer to it. Just the rooms we're playing and the just the game plan and the sort of MO is a different. It's a step removed from what I've been used to. So
Yeah, I second that.
Mhm.
And I've been in a couple bands. I've been in a lot of bands, and only one other time, like I kind of felt what I'm feeling now. It's just a vibe going on where we have the right chemistry that it's just electric. And you know, when we played this New York gig, I don't think anybody in that room. A lot of these other bands were kind of funky and reggae and this and that, and they weren't rock, and nobody knew what was coming. And when we hit that stage, like it was just like a big energy push everybody back, and you could see everybody's face like, holy, you know, like what's going on up there?
But I think
And that's
Nokia
what's been happening.
Nokia was saying it, kind of joking. I think it was you that said it. Like we were the only band that night that didn't have a keyboard player.
Yeah,
Everything.
And, I mean, and just so it's no, well, it's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But I think that what happens a lot of times is people get confused with what it means to be in this business and take advantage of what you have. It's not an opportunity that anybody gets with.
That's what was wild about New York, because as soon as we got off stage, you know, seeing especially these guys getting mobbed by people like, hey, because we were giving out samplers. Hey, who are you? What do you got? You got a CD? And it really makes you feel good, because it makes you feel like you really got something good, and you're doing, that's something special.
I was giving out sweet tarts too. So.
So where can we find your music if we want to download?
Facebook, that's Black
Okay.
Angel Down One.
Yep, that's one. Reverb Nation,
Reverb Nation,
Black Angel Down One.
LinkedIn. I mean, you know, we try to make sure that we covered all that.
Google Black Angel Down and we're pretty much going to find everything.
Exactly.
All right, well, it was great to have you guys, and I hope maybe we'll get you back. Come back. Thank you. It was great to have you. Thanks.
If you'd like to know more about our show or even be a guest on our show, please visit www.cpo-productions.com. I'd like to thank Lucky Dub and Black Angel Down for joining us. My name is Angela, and I'll see you next week on Musically Hot in the DMV.
Can you feel it now?